Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Shah from United Image Intelligence, and my background is maxillofacial surgeon. So I was not a radiologist, I was not a computer scientist, I just been a surgeon, but use a lot of AIs. So this disclaimer, I am working with United Image Intelligence, and not all the products discussed in this presentation had CE or FDA cleared. So United Imaging is under the big umbrella of United Imaging Group that has 7 subsidiaries, and of course the number one brother is the one makes the CT MR scanners, the metal pieces, and then we're a second sibling in the group that creates the AI solutions not only for the groups, but not only for the group, but also for the radiologists, the surgeons, physicians across the board, as well as for the research. And others include the surgical subsidiary, is similar to the Da Vinci kind of intuitive things, and among the others. So our vision is to lead the medical AI innovation, and our mission is to bring the benefit of medical AI to all. And by saying that, you will see through the presentation. So our headquarters is located in Shanghai, but also we have branch offices across China as well as in Boston, Massachusetts. So our portfolio encompasses 3 major components to empower the clinical workflow, to support biomedical research, and to enable the medical equipment. Just think about this. Every single piece of the metal pieces that we sell, the scanner, CT, PET CT scanner, whatever that thing is, has AI component in it. And we made that thing happen. So being formed about 7 years ago from a single product when the company was established, now we have 15 product lines and more than 100 AI applications that enable the medical equipment, support biomedical research, and of course, empower the radiologists and the physicians in their workflow. And one of the things that I have to emphasize is with the large model, everything came in on board 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. And we, of course, being an AI company, if we do not work with the large models, we shouldn't call ourselves AI company, right? So of course we work with we spend a lot of effort and time and work on large models, and we build a foundation model, and we call it the UAI plus, the pre-trained large models for a unified solution. Of course, the data, and data. Because of the large models, you need a lot of data. And I'm building on top of it. It's a UAI, we call it a UNexus solution, which is the next generation cross-platform ubiquitous services. And I'm gonna dive into in a little bit details in the next few slides. So we probably have most comprehensive AI solutions across the board in the world, but we are not going to develop each application from the scratch. We have already had built up a portfolio of common technologies that are based on the clinical workflow as well as the multiple diseases. And by the time that we need to develop a solution for specific area, then we add the third dimension into it, which is the PET CT modality, PET CT, SPECT CT, or CT MRI, etc., etc. And that's how we efficiently build our portfolio. And with the large model, it makes the whole thing even faster. So first of all, I'm going to talk about is the to empower the clinical workflow. We have the applications from our applications covering from head to toe, from neurology, cardiology, thoracic radiology, cancer oncology, and surgery, of course, and other domains, including MSK and other things. And probably we offer the most comprehensive AI solutions or medical AI solutions in the world. About more than 60 of them are for clinical purposes, and the rest for biomedical research as well as to enable the medical equipment. So does AI help radiologists? I'm gonna play a 1 minute, 9-second video clip and see what the radiologist said.
In China, Shanghai 6th People's Hospital is better known for orthopedic injuries, and the radiology department has a huge volume of business. In terms of fractures, especially rib fractures, we may encounter 70 to 80 cases, or even close to 100 cases per day. Each patient image has to be split into thin layers, and the approximate volume of images for one patient is between 600 and 800 images. Therefore, the workload of relying solely on doctors to read the film is huge. With the adoption of UI's products, the workload for reading films is reduced exponentially. We are now relying on this product to a certain extent. Including some patients with rib fractures, we may let the AI do the calculations first, and the doctor will do the final diagnosis and confirmation, which greatly shortens the workload of our doctors per unit of time. And this is the shining point of the product.
Well, we are working with more than multiple hospitals and research facilities in the United States as well as in Europe. And hopefully next time the next year at ECR, the video is going to be presented in true English, because this doctor does not speak English. So we had the AI made him to speak English. But if you want to find the original version of it, you are going to be able to put it online, and this doctor spoke in Chinese. But anyway, okay, so here are the few examples of the solutions that we created. For neurological solutions, it's completely covering the clinical workflow and covering multi modalities, from CT and MRI, and also we have just had a new application join the family, which is PET neurology. PET brain, that it covers something else. And of course, based on the clinical scenarios, we separate them into stroke, neuroscience, and of course, brain tumor, and that includes brain mets as well as the primary tumor. It's a similar thing for cardiology that we cover, from imaging to screening to diagnosis, emergency to follow-up, as well as the biomedical research, and that also covers from CT and MRI, and specifically CMR. Right now we have 4 sequences, then we're going to expand quickly to 6 in the next few months. From oncological standpoint of view, we cover the primary cancer as well as the mets. And of course, the easy triage is a great solution for us, because not only the radiologist, but an MDT team or physicians on call gonna get a text message in case there is an emergency popped up, stroke, heart attack, or aortic dissection, etc. They're gonna have their cell phone being beeped up and telling them the patient is on the way to your clinic or to the inpatient services. Of course, the image quality is super important. Otherwise, it can be garbage in and garbage out. So we have a real-time as well as the retrospective quality control system. Of course, we also equipped the entire system to the medical group or community hospital, so the boss can sit in the headquarters and checks the image qualities that the radiographers or technologists taken in the satellite hospital or clinic. Not even to mention, we have, that's something interesting. Okay. Not even to mention, we have surgical planning tools, because being a maxillofacial surgeon, I work in my entire career life for the surgical planning. Of course, we need to do the surgical planning for the thoracic surgery, for the hepatobiliary surgery, as well as the neurological surgery, and all of these done, not only to help surgeons, but also help the physician-patient communication. And of course, we have a comprehensive catheter lab solutions that use the AI to help the interventional radiologists, the cardiologists, when they place the stent, and especially in the patient with CTO, chronic total closure patients, we overlaid the AI reconstructed coronary arteries on top of the DSA or angio images in real time. And of course, we developed the surgical guidance tools. Specifically, this particular tools is for harvesting the bone graft, and then fibrillar bone graft that I always operated on, and to help us to locate the path readers. And of course, that's one of the surgeries, but we have others for the ALT or for the diaper, for the breast reconstruction, et cetera, et cetera. And by today, we have 13 MDR clearance by today, but hopefully by the end of this year, we're gonna have 30 of them. We are working really concurrently, really hard on getting this CE clearance, and then we have a few FDA clearance. It's not fully listed. We have 15 in total, but I only listed 7 for some reason. That's my bad. Okay, large model. Now, PNSA, the Proceedings of North America of Science, they published an article talking about the study. They published a study talking about the concerning capability in large language model, the ability to understand and to induce the deception strategies. Wow, that is something major. But one thing I have to emphasize, these still exist, but one thing I have to emphasize is large language model is getting better every day. So we need to control the hallucination from the large models. Based on that, we create the foundation models for large image model, for multimodal models, as well as for the large image model that we, to begin with. And of course, we use these foundation models to develop the applications for large language model research portal, as well as those clinical applications that we employ in the large models. And all is locally deployed. Because in China, and from my understanding, in some of the European countries, there is a strict rule that you have to locally deploy the server. You cannot send the data out of the hospital, per se.